Hello, I'm Alice, Education Consultant for LCP, and today's webinar is going to be looking at individual pupils' progress. This is a recorded webinar because we can't film at the time of the actual thing, but if you have any questions in light of this webinar, please pop us an email at support@lcp.co.uk. So I've already done a video on entering assessment. So if you're not sure, please watch that video first. So now we're going to be focusing on the actual analysis side of things. So there are a couple of pages that you can get that information, and it comes with obviously different types of information. So the first I'm going to go to is Key Stage Standards. Key stage standards is the pre-key stage standards, and that's what it's meaning. Now, when you're entering assessment, you'll see that there's some bold statements. When you tick those off at any level, whether it's from shallow to functional, it will feed into here. So you can see here that Alex has got ER2. What that means is he's got English reading 2, pre-key stage 2. He's got English writing, pre-key stage standard 3, and maths 1. Where Alice has got below, it means that she's not ticked any standards off. Now, where Alex has got ER2, it could mean that he's only ticked one of those pre-key stage statements off at the attainment level of 2, pre-key stage 2. And he's only in shallow in that. He could be very, very, good at the pre-key stage standard 1. We are looking into that ability where you can flick between that two information, but at the moment that's the information you get from this page. So you can see what they're accessing, not what they're fully functional in. So let's head over now to our pupil report, which is this button here. So I'm going to first of all, this page shows me the progress. So I've got their year from, so that's current, I choose their assessment period. So I'm going to say baseline, and then I'm going to compare it to assessment point 1. I then need to choose the curriculum they're on, or that they're predominantly focusing on for that particular subject. So I'm going to look at Alex, who's on the S curriculum for English. So here it is, you can see the number of statements. So you can see that he achieved 49 shallow statements in baseline 1, and assessment point 1 he got 52. In total, you can see there are 126 statements overall for English, including, obviously word writing and the reading. Now you'll notice it says also total 630. That's because if you achieve a point in functional, that is 5 points, 4 for deepening, 3 for developing, 2 for emerging, and 1 for shallow. So in total, there's sort of 630 points up for grabs. So you can see here in total that this, by assessment point 1, he achieves 207 points. And then this is converted into percentages of how much they've achieved with that curriculum. So you can see that he's achieved 27%, and then he's achieved 33%. Now, to work out that progress, they literally take one percentage away from the other. So you can see in this scenario, the child achieved 6% progress. Now, how much progress they should make for a whole year is very much dependent on what curriculum they're on. So let's change the assessment period now to end of year. Because obviously this is a demo account, there's no change in data. Hopefully on your account there would be. Now, because he's on the S curriculum, he needs to achieve 7% progress. So he's just below. If you're not sure what the progress targets are, please get in contact with us at support@lcp.co.uk and we can send you over the welcome pack. The welcome pack was created in the summer of 2020. So yeah, get in contact and we'll send that information over to you. If they're working on the A curriculum, I know it's 5%, the S curriculum is 7%. And then I can send the rest of information over. So that is what this page does. So it's really, really helpful to see what they're accessing and where they are at in their learning. But I want to now get a bit of a breakdown in terms of in terms of reading and writing and the different areas and where they are up to in that curriculum. So to get that information, I'm going to head over to the attainment report. I'm going to choose out of the A curriculum because the A curriculum is not subject specific. It's going to create a slightly different report. And we know that Alex is on S. So press go. So you can see here, we've got Alex again. Now we can see that he's achieved 23% of the speaking curriculum by the end of the year. However, he's got 0 of listening. So that's a little concern as to why that might be and why we've not put that information in. You can see here his comprehension is very, very strong, but grammar and punctuation again is 0%. You'll notice that the overall is 33%, and that's what was the same on the pupil report. So that information is the same. If he's working between 2 curriculums, I would just change the curriculum to E to get that further information. Now, another place that you can then sort of drill down in the progress in these individual areas is progress report. So again, I choose 2 periods of time, and I need to make sure I chose the correct curriculum. So I'm going to choose S again. And you can see here that there is some progress in comprehension and word reading, although you can see that speaking, although he had a percentage, he had achieved bits of it, that was from a year prior or a time prior to the periods that I've chosen. So overall, he's making a 13% progress in the 2 periods of time that I've selected. Right, let's now have a look at the next page, which is our flight path. So a flight path is really nice to look at in terms of the sort of visual about which subjects is this child's strengths and weaknesses. Now I've chosen 2 previous years, and you can see here, then we can see all the assessment points, and I can hover over the dots and that's going to tell me what those assessment points mean. And I can really see that he's absolutely flying in his English and maths. I can see there's that being a little bit of progression there. Obviously we'd want to see probably a bit more information. Now, if I'm not assessing against particular subjects, they will just lie flat across the bottom, and that's fine. Equally, I can ask to get them removed by contacting LCP directly, and we can remove that from iASEND. So that is kind of the main pages for the individual progress. We are going to be doing a separate webinar in terms of looking at a group's progress. If you do have any questions in light of today's webinar, please pop us an email at support@lcp.co.uk. Thank you ever so much for joining. Bye-bye.